Alright, this is Joseph, and I'm up on my roof here. As you can see, pretty good view out there. And my cat's up on the roof. Anyways, I wanted to show you, this is a sign I made for Halloween. Basically hand painted. You know, I measured out where the letters were gonna go. Turned out pretty good. I dry brushed on the orange to make it look a little bit weathered, if you can see right there. Since I'm using such thin wood, on the back I had to put some cheap wood just to secure it so it wouldn't warp or change shape due to the weather. But yeah, it worked out great. You know, it's been out here for a couple months and survived a rainstorm. Now for the hands, these are just Halloween hands, and if you can see right there, there's a bone hanging out, and there's another bone right there, and a big gash, and there was blood going down the hand, but I painted them flesh color with the house paint from Home Depot, like an exterior paint. Now as you can see, the heads came out really well. But honestly, if I knew how to airbrush them, that would have really been the way to go. But I don't have a compressor and I don't know anything about airbrushing. So I just hand painted these with the thick brush and used the exterior paint. And I picked out a flesh tone. Now the thing that's hard about making these masks is you have to cut the eyes out, and then you have to actually buy eyeballs separately to put in there. Also for the lips, I just rubbed a paintbrush on a piece of chalk, like pastels, and then I would rub it onto the lips and just very subtly put some color into there. The eyebrows, I just used a dark brown colored pencil to pencil in the eyebrows. As far as the hair, that's pretty hard because you have to go out and find a wig that's gonna work. This was like a mullet wig. I actually had to analyze how Laurel's hair was cut and basically give him a haircut that was similar and then style it the way that his hair actually is. So it was quite a bit of work. One thing they say is that the only thing that sticks to silicone is silicone, or latex is latex. But basically what you can do to get the hair to stay on there is you take clear silicone caulk, the kind that you would use around the house for like window seals and stuff, and you just put it all over the head and then you just squish that on, because that caulk is going to mat into the hair and keep that wig on, but two, it's also going to fuse with the latex. The same with the mustache right there. I actually put the clear caulk on there and then just pressed some hair into there in the shape of a mustache, and when it dried, it's pretty much stayed there. And again, like eyebrow pencils, and I had to put in the eyes from the inside. His hair's pretty messed up, but you know, it basically looks like Oliver Hardy's hair. So, and again, I had to give him a haircut and then kind of smash his hair over to the side like that. One thing that is really hard to figure out with these masks is this is really solid because I filled it full of Great Stuff expanding foam. That seemed like a pretty good idea to get you know, a really solid foam head. And it worked out basically, but the problem was that the head was full of foam and then the foam inside was still liquid. and it just kept expanding and expanding and expanding, and I kept having to bore a hole through the neck over and over again. Great stuff foam stuck all over my hands and all over the place, and it was a big disaster, and it would get stuck on the outside of on the mask. And then his head, every morning I'd come in and it was swollen up like a pumpkin, and then I'd have to like press on it and deflate the mask and squish it back into shape and try to get all that liquid out, and it took a good month before it stopped expanding, and it was a real nightmare. But in the end it ended up working. I would suggest doing something else personally. Also, I got these masks online from Medieval Studios museum masks. They have all kinds of different masks, all the way from Charlie Chaplin to Vincent Price and Bela Lugosi and all kinds of awesome ones. So, but they come, it's just a completely unpainted mask.